Welcome to Love, Lust, and Lies. And I am your host, Ken Canion. And on today's show, we're talking about 7 ways to detox your emotions. 7 ways to detox your emotions. Now, what do I mean by detox? First of all, let me tell you how I came up with this, y'all. Why did I do that? So, a lot of you don't know that when years ago, I was on The Biggest Loser, and I weighed over 400 pounds. And after I got off, I lost the weight, started helping other people lose weight, doing things like that. And one of the things that I did was I became part owner in a supplement company. My partner, Lynch Hunt, he owns the gym. And so we sell supplements all over the country. Matter of fact, y'all, we have orders going out almost every single day. All right? Every single day we got orders going out. But that's not why I said that. So on this order today, this is just one order that's going out today for our detox. Detox is our best-selling product. Matter of fact, I got some myself. Ultimate Detox, the best detox on the market. But the reason why I decided to do this subject is because, you know, people detox their bodies. So I'm shipping out all those orders yesterday. I'm shipping them out. And most of the orders are the detox package that we have. And not only does it help you lose weight, but it helps your body. Let me tell you what it does. And this is not a commercial, but I'm gonna tie it into my message. So it's a triphase detox. And what it does is it helps your liver, detox your liver, detox your kidneys, and detox your colon. So each one of those perform a certain function in your body. Your colon helps you get rid of solid waste. If it's not performing properly, then it won't get it. Then your liver needs to be detoxed because your liver, what it does is that's where you metabolize fat. And then the last thing are your kidneys. That's where you detox all of your toxins and poisons in your body. So we sell tons of detox. So like I said, I was shipping out detox. And I was like, you know what? Why is it that in relationships, after the relationship is done, and why is it that we were in a relationship, we don't detox after the relationship? And then we have lingering waste from the relationship. And so what happens is, y'all, that lingering waste from the relationship, because we don't detox our emotions, then we're loaded down with baggage from the relationship. It's kind of like our intestines have excess waste in them and we're carrying it around. And what does it do to us? It makes us feel sluggish. It makes us feel lethargic. It makes us feel like, I don't want to do anything. That's the same in relationships. In relationships, when you are loaded down with emotional baggage from the past, emotional baggage from people that you have dealt with in the past, then all of a sudden you can't move forward. And then when you try to move forward, what happens? It doesn't work. And you don't understand why it is that you can't move on. Well, because you can't move on because you have not detoxed your emotions. And so today, what I want to do is juxtapose your body and your emotions. So we quick to detox our bodies because what do we want to do? We want to lose weight. It's all about aesthetics. And many times we feel terrible. You feel terrible. You feel like shit. And then you're like, oh, I need this shit. Get all of this waste out of me. Get all of the things out of me, the poisons, the toxins, the waste, everything that's bogging me down. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get rid of the toxins, the waste, everything that's bogging you down emotionally that is preventing you from moving forward and either gaining the relationship that you desire or getting rid of relationships that are bogging you down, that don't serve you. And so what I did was I wrote today. And today we're talking about 7 things that help you detox your emotions. Number 1, we'll keep it light. Because of the way the brain works, y'all. The brain works in a powerful way. See, most of us think. You ever said something like this? I got so many thoughts running through my mind. You ever said something like that? On average, I think we all have over 60,000 thoughts a day. But the truth is, you can never have two thoughts in your mind at the same time. Did you not know that? Do you know your brain can only occupy one thought at a time? They just go through your brain in succession. They go through so fast, but it's only one thought at a time. And so here's what I want you to do. And it gives the impression that your brain is cluttered with thoughts. So what you do if you want to make, and so now you're going through this myriad of emotions, grief, I'm sad, I'm mad, I'm frustrated. Why they do that to me? Why he cheat on me? Why this, why that? And it's like boom, 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 boom. So what you need to do is, all you have to do is occupy your brain to get the makeover. So one of the things I tell people to do is this. You want to detox your emotions. First thing you do is give something in your life a makeover. Give something in your life a makeover. Let me give you an example in my own life. So y'all, during COVID, I had so many plans with my business because y'all know I'm a speaker. I speak all around the country. They got it shut down. They shut me down. I lost probably $7,000 worth of business. And so I found myself slipping into a state of, damn, what am I going to do? And the negativity, I was like, hold up. So what I did was, and my wife didn't understand it at the time. So what I did was, I said, I need to do something because all of these negative thoughts running through my mind. So I created the studio that y'all see, the Grand Canyon studio that I film in. Every day I gave that room a makeover and turned it into a studio. It was where we keep all of my supplements and everything. And I said, okay, I'm going to occupy my mind with something that I am building instead of something I am losing. Oh my goodness, that's powerful. I said, I'm going to occupy my mind with something I am building. So when y'all give something in your life a makeover, be it your bedroom, be it your house, be it your car, be it your life, I don't care what it is, begin making over that part of your life. So here's what it does to your brain. What it does to your brain is this. When your brain sees something that it is making over, revitalizing, rejuvenating, rebuilding, the brain says, okay, and that's why you have to go through the whole process and finish it. The brain says, I am used to us rebuilding, redoing, revitalizing something in our life. So when you begin to heal something, heal from that relationship, this is not new to the brain. It's not new to the brain to do something new, to create a makeover, y'all. Y'all, all I'm doing is reconditioning my mind to building something new. Okay, does that make sense? So in the process, I get to detox the past emotions that I've had. All right, and y'all, it's powerful. It's powerful. And all of a sudden, when I started building, when I started doing that, my business started growing again. So what I found out was, I started thinking, I'm going to use this studio to do most of the stuff that I'm doing now online. So now you guys are the result of what the change that I had in my mind, the rebuilding. So when you rebuild something, remodel something, change something in your life, all right? Give something in your life a makeover. That's the first thing. Number two is a practical tip. Here's the thing. Do you know, and I was talking about the detox that we sell all around the country, and I was saying people detox their bodies. Do you know that when people might try to detox their body, but the one thing they don't do, they don't detox and they don't hydrate. So listen, do you know when most people are walking around dehydrated, and when you're dehydrated, that's lack of fluids to your brain. And what that does is it skews your emotional intelligence. Do you know when you're dehydrated, y'all, the dehydration will not only stop your heart, you will have a heart attack if you dehydrated. You can die, but it short circuits your emotions. So there are people walking around with not enough water in their body. And so they drinking coffee all day and sodas all day, and they feeling like crap emotionally. And much of their emotional feelings come from their bodies not being hydrated. I learned this part years ago when I was on The Biggest Loser. When I got off The Biggest Loser, y'all, I was on this quest to help people. I was on this quest and I started learning how to help people. But in the process, because I'm a coach, because I'm a personal development coach, I started combining the physical and the mental and emotional. And I realized there was so much synergy. There was so much synergy in the physical body. The mind-body connection is powerful. So listen to what I'm going to tell you to do. Y'all, start drinking water, start drinking tea, start drinking, like we have this product called Super Greens. Hydrate your cells. And I'm telling you, it will open up your mental acuity. Your emotional stability will be enhanced simply by hydrating your body. Y'all, the reason why I don't go on these emotional roller coasters is because my body's hydrated, and then I understand how my mind works in conjunction with my body. And so I'm telling you now, if you want to get an emotional detox, start hydrating your body, y'all. You're going to be amazed at how you feel. How do you hydrate your body? So number one, let me give you the ways. Number one, you know how they say drink 8 cups of water a day? No. Here's what you do. I want you to take your weight, how much you weigh. And some of you don't even know because you won't jump on scale, but that's cool. But just guesstimate. I want you to divide it in half. So if you weigh 200 pounds, I want you to divide it in half to 100 pounds, 100. And then I want you to drink that amount in ounces of water. Okay? So if you weigh 200 pounds, I want you to drink half of that, 100 ounces of water a day. Okay? I want you to drink 100 ounces of water a day. And also, pick you up some greens, because they have these greens that we carry them too, y'all. I'm just gonna shameless plug for my company. But if you don't get them from us, ours is called Supreme Greens. It's a superfood. Superfoods greens that you can drink, nourish your cells. And what they do is enhance your emotional stability. All right, y'all. That's number 2. Number 3. Number 3. Detoxing your emotions. This is powerful, y'all. So check this out. All right, so check this out. The reason why this is powerful. So this is what I did. During COVID, I couldn't do the things that I would normally do. So my wife and I we were going to the Grand Canyons, film, we are the Grand Canyons. So we were going to the Grand Canyons in May, boop, canceled. All right. Then in August, I normally go to Vegas every year with my partners. We go to this show called The Magic Show. We go every year. I've been going for the last 20 years, couldn't go, boop. And so things that I normally do, I couldn't do. So I didn't feel good about it. But I realized that it's not what happens to you, it's what happens for you. If you change the way you look at things, you change what you see. And so I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do number 3. Do something that you wouldn't normally do. So here's what I did. And y'all, it changed my emotional pattern. I decided I was going to take up golf. I've been saying it for years. Golf is outside. I ain't got to worry about COVID because the teacher ain't got to get up on me. Start golfing. And then, instead of us going to Vegas, me and my buddies decided, listen, let's get some fresh air. Let's go deep sea fishing. And so I'm opening my world up to a whole new way of doing things or things. So number 3 is do things you would not normally do. What that does is it interrupts your emotional pattern. Listen to what I just said. It interrupts your emotional pattern. So, y'all, I'm gonna give you a prime example of how this works. Have you ever been mad about something and all of a sudden somebody distracted you? And you started talking to them, or so your cell phone ring, and you forgot that you were mad, or you forgot what you was talking about. What happened when the phone rang, or somebody tapped you? They interrupted your pattern, y'all. Whenever you interrupt somebody's mental or emotional pattern, that's an opportunity to change the pattern, y'all. That's why I say if you're depressed, what I teach people is, okay, we're going to interject something to interrupt that pattern. And then what we're going to do is form a new pattern. That's what I'm doing by doing new activities. At first, your brain says, don't do that. That's not what you've always done. And then what your brain says, once you started doing it, the brain gets conditioned to a new pattern. Y'all, it's powerful. It helps you get an emotional detox. All right? And the same thing with number 4. Number 4. Here's what I want you to do. Because our thoughts, we think of our thoughts a lot. And we think of thoughts. We think we have so many thoughts. Now I want to detox your thoughts. So here's what you do. Number 4, and I started doing this. This is how I wrote my first book. When I wrote my first book, I had just come out of bankruptcy. Y'all, I had just come out of a thriving business, went from $100,000 to nothing. I lost it all. And I'll never forget when the feds came and got my computers and everything because I owed them money. It was just so disturbing. And so what became cathartic for me was I started journaling. Number 4 is, here's what I want you to do. Every single day, I want you to write down, and I want you to write your thoughts down. I want you to put your thoughts down every single day. And the reason why is because if you write your thoughts, chronicle them, how you feel, what happened today, what made you feel that way. When you chronicle your thoughts, later on, you're going to come back in a month, 60 days, and you're going to see how much growth you've made. You're going to see that, wow, I've overcome this thing, or I've overcome these things. See, now you got a benchmark. You know what happens why God gets upset with us? Because God is like, yo, you don't remember when I helped you get through that thing? But yet you're acting like I didn't. And so what happens, the reason why you chronicle your thoughts is because in chronicling them, you can go back and see. You can go back and witness. Witness what you did. Witness how you came through it. Witness how God helped you out. Witness how, look, it didn't kill me. And I did it. Look at the activities that I did. Here's what I did during that time. And now when I go through something else, because all we're doing is going from test to test. When I go to the next test, I know how to get out of it. Y'all, this is powerful. All it's doing is helping you to detox your emotions. Detox your emotions. All right, number 5. Number 5 is kind of like number 1. Declutter your life. Y'all, let me tell you something. Some of y'all, do you know what clutter does? There was a study done. And I don't have the exact, I read so much stuff, y'all. These books around here that I got back there, I read for real because I want to understand. But do you know that clutter actually confuses the brain? It confuses the brain. And so what happens is when things are cluttered and the brain knows it's supposed to be straight, because what the brain wants is stability. It wants congruency. It wants order. The brain wants order. And what happens is you live a life that's cluttered. Your room is cluttered. Your car is cluttered. All of those things are cluttered in your life. And what your brain does, because there's a mind-body connection, your life begins to be cluttered. That's why I tell my wife, my office has to be clean before I can work. My car, I got to be clean. I don't care if it ain't washed, but the inside of it has to be clean. And she didn't understand. I said, no, because it's not that it's clean. It represents decluttering my life, because when my outside environment is cluttered, my emotions become cluttered. And we don't even understand why, but they're attached. So this is what you do. Find an area in your life that you need to declutter, because what you're going to do is set your mind free. Set your mind free to stop worrying. Because your mind, you might think you're worrying about something else. You might think you're worrying about, something else. And you keep worrying about something. You're like, what is all this shit that's going on in my mind? But the truth is, what it is now when you declutter your life, you release the brain of thinking about it decluttering. Oh my goodness. Woo! Woo! That's powerful, y'all. That's powerful. All right. I'm only going to do 6. I'm going to do one more. One more to declutter your emotions. Detox your emotions. This is powerful. And all of us have this, but all of us don't do this. And I want you to do something. There's one thing I want you to do to declutter your emotions, to detox your emotions. Here it is. There is someone in your life, or that was in your life, that you need to apologize to. You need to tell them I'm sorry. You need to release that. Because what's happening is, I want you to think about anybody in your life that you've done something to, and you might not have talked to them in a while. You need to call them. You need to tell them I'm sorry. Y'all, how I got on this path, I'm going to leave you with this. I got on this path that I'm on about relationships because one day, back in the day, I used to be a fool. I was out here, I was a selfish dude out here getting it, splitting it, doing whatever I can do to get mine. And that was how I thought. I didn't care as long as I told you, if I told you the truth, I ain't want no serious relationship. It was all right for me to be a scumbag. It was all right for me, I told you we weren't serious. And when I decided to change my life, y'all, I had done some damage. I realized I'd hurt some people. And I thought because I had just changed my life, it was enough. It was enough. I thought it was enough, but it wasn't. So one day I'm driving to another city. I'm going to work out. I'm driving to another city. And you know how you get this thought, and I believe it was the Holy Spirit talking to me. You know how you get this thought about something, you're like, nah. And the thought was, what I believe God was saying to me was, call this particular person and say that you're sorry. And you know how you hear something, y'all, and when you hear it, you like, in your mind, you're like, when you hear it, you like, nah, they ain't talking to me. No, but then I kept riding. And I knew it wasn't me because I never would have came up with this thought. You know how sometimes God tells you to do stuff, y'all, you know it's God's spirit. Because just like that thing, what would Jesus do? WYD? Because you wouldn't do it normally. And it said, call her and apologize. So I did it. I said, if I'm going to be changed, if I'm going to be this guy, if I'm going to be who I say I'm going to be, if I'm going to live out my true potential, I've got to do this. I've got to do this because it's uncomfortable. I've got to do it because it's necessary for my growth and hers, obviously. I didn't know. So I called her. I hadn't talked to her in probably a year and 2 years. Called her up and she said, hello. I said, hey, how are you? She said, Ken? I guess she still had my number stored in there. I was like, yeah, this kid, how you doing? She's like, yeah. She's like, what's going on? Because she knew it was strange that I was calling her. And I said, I'd like to say something to you. And I said, for the next minute, I said this. Number one, I want you to forgive me for everything I've ever done to you, every lie I've ever told, every time I've ever deceived you. I want you to forgive me for everything that I've done that was selfish. Forgive me. I am sorry. So, 30 seconds of silence. Didn't say one word. After the 30 seconds, y'all, she must have cried for 5 minutes. And then I'm like, you know how sometimes you do something, you like, damn, why I do that? But it was necessary for her healing and mine. And she said to me after the 5 minutes, thank you. I needed you to do that because I've always thought it was something wrong with me. And I just thought at that moment, y'all, I was released from what I was feeling. I didn't realize that I was carrying the burden of doing all this dirty shit to people all these years, all that time. But it released me to do this work that I'm doing now. And so if you need to go back and declutter your emotions, go back and apologize to somebody. Whether they accept it or not, that's of no consequence to you. That's not the problem. You're not worried about that. What you're worried about is you do your part and then let God do the rest. All right, y'all. That's my time. Thank you so much for listening. Every journey starts with one step. Take yours today. Peace. I'm out.